Guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport.
And a big thanks to Alex and the rest of the management and staff here at Honda of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Alex.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, the 11th generation Civic that you see here has been with us since 2022 and facelifted last year for 2025. Getting a tweaked front styling with a new bumper and headlamps, discontinuing the 1.5-liter turbo on all trims outside of the SI with the addition of this efficient and surprisingly quick hybrid model. For 2026, the Sport Hybrid trim is the cheapest way into a 2026 Civic Hybrid, starting just under 30,000 bucks. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So we mentioned the updates in the headlamps and lower front bumper area with solid airflow in each corner and solid airflow in the center with this hexagonal honeycomb grille for this 2-liter naturally aspirated hybrid powertrain. And the headlamps are full LEDs. Hopefully you picked up the front styling. The paint color on this 2026 Civic is Blue Lagoon Pearl Metallic. The wheel and tire setup, we get these black 18-inch wheels wrapped in Goodyear Assurance Finesse All Seasons. Dimensions are 235 40 R18. With a dual piston brake caliper, body color trim for the wheel well area, aggressive rocker panel side skirts. We have smart access for the driver and the front passenger, black contrasted mirror with blind spot monitoring on the glass. Sunroof 2, shark fin style antenna. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 Civic Hybrid sedan. All black trim for the window trim, black pillars. Same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill. You can throw 87 octane fuel here for the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. We get LED taillights, the turn signals are halogen, the reverse light appears to be LED, black badging for Civic and Sport. I kind of wish they continued it for the Honda badge, hybrid in the lower right corner, and shout out Honda of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. We have a deck lid spoiler integrated into the trunk. Hopefully you can pick up the exhaust tip in the lower right corner. Since it's a hybrid, it doesn't rev conventionally, but we'll pop the hood and see what we got. All right guys, here we have the 2-liter hybrid setup sold by Honda for the 2026 Civic Hybrid. Cranking out 200 horsepower, 232 pound-feet of torque. Made it to an eCVT transmission, center the power of the front wheels. You can expect around a 6-second 0 to 60 time, making it a no-joke performer, quicker than the SI, quicker than just about every Civic released to date outside, of course, of the Type R. We can shut this hood right down. No hydraulic struts wouldn't be expected at this price point. Let's take a step inside after we walk around this 2026 Civic Hybrid Sport one more time. Before we take a step inside, let's take a quick look at the window sticker and see any features I may potentially miss. So $29,000 base price. Even after the premium paint color, we're still sitting under 30,000 bucks. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features. About 50 combined miles per gallon, and after destination, we're still sitting a tick under 31,000 bucks. Taking a step inside, we mentioned the smart access for the driver and the front passenger, rubberized texture up top, but it's all hard plastic, cloth in the center, and a gushy soft cloth armrest. We had auto one-touch windows up front, power windows out rear, aluminum door handle, trunk release, bass speaker. You'll stack 2 footlongs and a 32-ounce water bottle. The seats are just cloth, but they're a premium fabric trim with stitching and some leatherette for the outside portion to keep things nice and stiff. They're not electrically adjusted. You can still recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats with latches, but taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So compared to the gas Sport that we reviewed in this channel, really nothing changes to this interior outside of the EV icons for this digital gauge display. We can look at power flow, range and fuel, speed and time, driver attention, seat belts, maintenance, safety support, no content, vehicle settings, and you can customize the display. But since we got the hybrid, we'll leave it in power flow for this review with our power percentage on the left side, digital speedo in the center, and a 140-mile-an-hour speedometer. The stocks have a premium feel, auto headlamps, doesn't appear to have auto high beams or auto rain sensing wipers, wouldn't be expected for the base Sport. Tilt and telescoping steering column, the paddle shifters control the regen braking, interior brightness, traction control you can disable with the aluminum outline Civic air vents that have been transforming their way through the entire Honda lineup. We get additional tweeters on each A-pillar and a soft touch dashboard. The 7-inch infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's not wireless, I don't believe, on the Sport. You got to have the 9-inch infotainment screen to get the wireless Apple CarPlay in Honda's lineup. The volume dial feels premium, skip, phone, radio, media connect, and return menu for the shortcuts. Backup camera, Decent resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with 3 adjustments for the views. Putting right back into park returns us to the previous screen. Heated seats, that's an appreciated touch. Dual zone automatic front climate control with the air vent adjustments in the center, defrosters, 2 USB-C ports, 12 volt, no wireless phone charging pad standard, and this carbon flare trim for the center stack. The gear selector we already showed. The drive mode selector, our drive modes include sport, normal, and econ mode. We'll start off in normal, trout, sport, trout, econ, and just see what the differences are. With an Electronic parking brake with brake hold. You'll fit 32-ounce water bottles in these cup holders, gushy soft cloth armrests. Oops, camera's like tripping out. But it's gushy soft, storage space is really decent. You fit business cards, car accessories in there with about 6 to 8 1-liter bottles of soda in the center console. The glove box is hard plastic on the outside, but it's damped, not lined and felt, just like the CRV we reviewed in this channel. You'll fit 20 to 25 license plates, you'll fit 2 to 3 shoes, and should fit 4, possibly 5 Harry Potter books. We get a thin frame rear view mirror, but it's not auto dimming. You gotta pull this flappy thing to dim it. The interior lights are LED. Sunroof, the shade opens up with the glass, but it doesn't close with the glass. Beautiful day today in Port Richey, Florida, sunny and 92 degrees according to this 2026 Civic Hybrid. We'll shut the glass right up, leave the shade open, so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. And that's about it for the front seat, at least, this 2026 Civic Hybrid Sport. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So up front, we had hard plastic, so to be expected, it continues out back. Hard plastic in the center and a nice soft padded armrest. Power window, 2 speakers on the door panel, aluminum door handle. The second row seats, the padding does not go out to the door frame. We'll unbuckle these seatbelts. The legroom looks impressive though. We'll take a step inside. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, and behind my seat settings, I still have about 4 inches of knee room, headroom. I got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of it because Honda gives us a nice cutout. So if you're under 6'5", 6'6", you should be comfortable behind your seat settings with no problem in the Civic. Unfortunately though, no air vents. There is something going on underneath the front seat, but nothing that blows directly at us. But considering the top sport touring we reviewed in this channel, I don't think had air vents either. Definitely not something to knock on the lower price Sport. We have map pockets behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver. Grab handle on the driver's side gets a hook. Passenger side does not get a hook. Interior lights are LED. And the center cubby actually has this leatherette contrast to it for the armrest too. You'll fit 24 and 16-ounce water bottles. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. Let's take a step out back, check out the cargo space, and then take this 2026 Civic Hybrid Sport out for a drive. So underneath the Honda badge is our hydraulic chute for the trunk. It doesn't open up all the way. And make sure you don't load up your cargo anywhere past that level, or else you're gonna crush it when you shut the trunk. The second row seats, you can fold down 60-40 split. The wheel wells do protrude a decent amount, so I wouldn't expect you to fit more than a 50-55-inch TV through there, but the cargo space itself is massive. I'll leave a link right over here, show you exactly how much there is. Secret storage, I believe there's a little bit, yep, pretty decent amount actually too, so for a hybrid setup, definitely one of the more spacious secret storages available. We'll shut this trunk right down, take a step back and walk around this 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport one more time. It is a really nice vehicle, under 30,000 bucks, getting about 50 miles per gallon, 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds, with a very spacious interior, LED headlamps, black contrast for the trim pieces. It's a really nice car, and performance-wise, as you mentioned, 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds. That is no joke at this price point and efficiency. Let's take this 2026 Civic Hybrid Sport out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, just like the Sport Touring we reviewed in this channel, it's just a fantastic vehicle. If I was looking for a vehicle in this class, I just really don't think that I would even consider anything else. That Camry in front of us is also a really cool vehicle. It's just that's not in this class. That's a class above this. We can take a step out here in normal mode. Throttle response is really good. About a third throttle. Really powerful. Guys, this is an awesome car. If I was looking for something in this segment, I just really don't know if I would even consider anything else. Now, I love the Accord. I love the Camry, but that's a class above what we're sitting in here. Those are the only two semi-economy vehicles that I would even consider above this. And comparing this to a class above just tells you how good of a job Honda actually did with this vehicle. And we're in econ mode right now. That throttle response, was really impressive. Let's completely change it up from econ to sport. Turn signal stocks feel very premium. Brakes feel really good with this regen, and you can increase the regen. That was actually the lightest mode for it. Yeah, throttle response is great in sport. Half throttle, this thing can rip. I used to have Acura ILX back in 2018 model year, I want to say, with a 2.4 liter four-cylinder from Honda's lineup, and that thing was quick. When they dropped that 2.4 liter in favor of this 1.5 turbo, the Civic Si, Acura ILX, which turned into the Integra, lost about a second for its 0 to 60 time. That 2.4 was seriously quick, but I really don't think that even that 2.4 can keep up with this hybrid powertrain, at least in the lower speeds. Once we cross 60 miles an hour, the high revving 2.4 probably take a pretty big gap off of this hybrid, but 0 to 60, I really think that this is the quicker vehicle. Brakes feel good, but you don't even have to step on them because of the regen. Turning radius is also really good. We can try one out off the line in sport mode. Off the line, traction control off because it's probably going to spin. On the gas. Ooh. No spin. This thing is a little rocket ship. Coming out of the CR-V hybrid, which was already a quick vehicle, this is a serious improvement. Ride quality is good. Takes basically 0 throttle to keep this thing moving. We could take it out of sport. Hopefully picked up the high performance. We haven't tried normal yet. Throttle gets a little bit lighter compared to sport, but to be expected. It's a little bit more sensitive than it was in econ mode. About half throttle in normal. Woo! Yeah, guys, this thing can pull really well. For 50 miles per gallon basically combined, it's really tough to find performance like this under $30,000. Throwing it in faster than we should. Oh, slight push. And the ratios of this eCVT transmission keep things feeling basically like a conventional automatic transmission. One thing I must say with this regenerative braking, sure, it's gonna keep your miles per gallon a little bit higher and it'll save your brakes in the long term, but every single time you let off of the accelerator pedal throttle, it does slow you down a decent amount. So I'll turn the regenerative braking to its minimum setting, but just listen. Such a quiet interior. We don't have dual pane windows, of course, but Honda does such a good job of limiting road and wind noise. And even transitioning to the concrete pavement, it still stays reasonably quiet. We can take a step out here in normal mode, open her up a little bit more on the gas. Woo! Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. It gets up and goes really well. And at highway speeds, listen, it stays very quiet. The brakes feel good. We can try out a real world turning radius test as soon as we get the chance. Yeah, the brakes feel fantastic. And this is with the regen basically turned off. Good turning radius, everything's flying around. But yeah, the performance is definitely there. Getting almost 50 miles per gallon and comfortable seating for up to 5 full-size adults starting under $30,000. You're not getting that anywhere else in this segment. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 1000% recommend checking out the 2026 Honda Civic Sport Hybrid. If you want some more bells and whistles, the Hybrid Touring is about $33,000 to $34,000, so it's about $3,000 to $4,000 more expensive compared to what we're sitting in here. And I'm not saying that it's not worth it, but it's not going to be sub $30,000. If you're looking for something under $30,000, around 50 miles per gallon and 0 to 60 time around 6 seconds, I would 1000% recommend checking out this 2026 Civic Hybrid Sport. And a big thanks to Alex and the rest of the management and staff here at Honda of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Alex, And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.